and break.
Well, V and I, we're doing sort of a collaborative, collective piece addressing Latino femininity and sexuality and gender role and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. We have a little dance going. We have some text. That's pretty much set. We just need to keep practicing it.
We're trying to refine stuff now. We got all the text pretty much down, with the exception of one piece that's between the tango and Poncho Sanchez.
I think it's important. It's been important for me to come up with something very set something and then go back and theorize about what I've already set and what I've already done and then change that. But instead of constantly thinking and changing my theories and then coming up with some concrete, like physical, whether it be like a movement or like a physical text piece, to come up with the text or come up with the movement first and then go back and deconstruct it and rehash it and fix it.
Okay.
Perfect, I'm wearing my shirt.
It's very appropriate. This is my country. Showcase country. Yeah.
My dancing is based more on like jazzy hip hop, and Jeannie is very like modern, and I wouldn't say lyrical, but definitely very modern dancer. She's a fabulous modern dancer. So we decided that we would try to like mimic the other person to get a feel of what the other one was not only thinking through spoken about how they moved, and then try to choreograph a small little snippet that would be like in the other person's style, and that was hard. That was really hard. It was just
being Latina for you versus like being African American and being like indigenous.
Mm-hmm.
When that's like what comprises the bulk of Latino culture,
Mm-hmm.
is the mix of European and indigenous, and then like the African culture that was brought over by the slave trade. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's sort of ridiculous that we're even doing this because, no, for real, because we got like, hello Europe, like hello Africa and indigenous peoples. Like we are, yeah?
Yeah. From there, we kind of brainstormed some words and sat down at food court for 2 hours one day and just kept bouncing ideas off each other and writing down these short or long pieces and then just reading them to each other and getting really excited because like the stuff that we came up with is absolutely amazing. Authenticity. Am I authentic Latina? Not in your eyes, but you are not my reflection. I look to my own eyes, two deep pools of contradiction, a 20-year battle without a peace treaty, no winner or loser, but with both sides having both victory and defeat and knowledge. You can't really present a culture, and that the term represent is definitely like the best one that I can think of, because however you're presenting it, it's like with your own background, your own interpretation, your own feelings, your own experiences, and therefore it will never be authentic to whatever authenticity really means, which if you look at it that way in a roundabout way, you can't really define authenticity if everyone's kind of speaking from their own personal experiences, so there's really no right or wrong answer. And I think that's what Jeannie and I wanted to focus on more, because we're tired of like, you know, not being a true Latina or not representing a Latinidad properly or selling out or whatever, and it's just, that's a bunch of crap, essentially. I stand, not really stand, I float, not really float, exist, I live, in the middle, in between, to sort it out. We are hidden, we are hidden.
For me, it's addressing issues of race versus ethnicity and what it means to me to be Latina and to have that be part of my culture and my ethnic heritage, despite the fact that racially I'm white and most Latinos are racially have indigenous or African blood, and I have neither.
Initially, Jeannie and I wanted to do something based on the different interpretations of Latinidad, based on the fact that when we met each other, I thought she was white and she thought I was black.
When I started the project, I seemed to think that all Latinas were necessarily people of color, and so I was all fucked up because I'm white. And since then, I've come to realize that I can be racially white, but culturally and ethnically Latina, and that those two things don't necessarily need to be mutually exclusive. So that's kind of been a really important realization for me to make.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then I do here. We talk about like femininity and sexuality, which is definitely an issue that was important to the both of us, only because we're not exactly in cultural terms and societal standards, we're not very feminine, whatever that means. So we decided to, expose that and explore that. And we're doing that in the form of a tango. Jeannie is dressed very against her character as very stereotypical Latina in a nice dress, nice makeup, nice everything, like really, really stunning. And I'm dressed in a suit. Being able to like vocalize and show these things that have been on my mind for a really long time has allowed me to be like stronger and capable of actually wearing a tie when I go to work and not caring if somebody thinks I'm a lesbian or not.
But hopefully it'll mean something to at least somebody out there, because I guess that's the idea, right? Somebody audience goes, hey, wait, maybe my perception's been off, or maybe I need to be more sensitive about this or that, or maybe I need to question how I label people or label myself. Hopefully they'll see us present some questions, some of our own answers. Two women providing their perspectives on what it is to be part of contemporary American society, embodying a culture that their physical beings do not convey, that their physical beings don't wear.